Good morning. Welcome to my channel. I had Untold Misery filming this and I'm trying to sort out lights and whatnot, but I've got to buy some more because this light isn't the best of lights in here. But anyway, welcome to my channel. I did a poor effort of filming this attache case that I got from Tracy Fox's Teachables, Love Junk Journals. So I've got a mother of pearl charm hanging off it. I put a little bit of bling there, and as I did there, the cover is gorgeous. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. It's just gorgeous. Like, you can fit heaps in that. Admittedly, I want to size up, but in saying that, I'm really happy with it. So what I'll do, I'll pull out everything that it's holding into it so I can show you the inside. Tracy is such a good teacher in the sense that in this course, she didn't just allow you to do the attache case and not decorate inside it. Everything's decorated. So basically this course teaches you neatness. By saying neatness, it's still junk journal, but using this is actually the snippet kit, and I absolutely love it. It is done beautifully. Like, she used fabric on hers. I actually used her snippet kit, and instead of using fabric from my tabs, I actually used the I got a punch that punches out my tab. This beautiful fabric comes all the way from the UK, and I love it. So thank you very much, Kelly, for this beautiful Happy Mail, which I did thank you before. And I was lucky enough to find a book with that binding, so that made it even more precious using that. Now, I did lots of tags and whatnots for mine. I sewed around them. Here's 3 big tags, which I'm sure I've done 6. So some might be in the journal. So I just basically laced them up, and because Tracy was so in-depth with her Teachable, I learned quite a bit about adding more to my layers. Now, I'm a layering type of girl, so you'll find that a lot of my stuff is layered. So it's really, really very creative. And in the snippet, you know, look, I love me bugs. So there's plenty of bugs. So my next attache case is going to be my bugs. It's going to be bugs and bees and stuff like that. Now, isn't that gorgeous? Tracy is so inspiring. Look, we have got lots of ladies that are inspiring. And the thing is, we've got Wendy, we've got Gail. I said, Wendy, I can never say her name properly. They are all so inspiring. You know, I've got my own bunch of girls in our group. There's various other groups that I'm really proud to be part of. I'm learning lots. This journey of junk journaling has taken me to a number of courses, which were Nick the Booksmith, did all her Teachables. I did another Teachables, and that was another lovely lady. I got, for the life of me, the names out of my head, but we'll get to that. I might remember by the end of the video. For me, doing a Teachable course is great because I learn from each and every person that does their teachables. Yeah, I left mine scruffy because I like scruffy. But I did a bit of layering on my wallet, and I love the wallet. Or here I would call it a wallet. I believe it's a pocket. Again, there's the neatness that goes with Tracy's kit. Oh, I forgot to do my ring punch there. But anyway, it's very inspiring, and like I said, a number of ladies, Lynn, Kelly, Wendy, Gail, Penny from Junkaholics, you know, and a lot of girls from Fun, a lot of Fun from Paper Life, Tracy Foxes, you know, and Femme Garden. There are so many artists out there that they inspire you to do better. So I am going to show you what I learnt from Tracy and other artists here. These are the snippet envelopes that Tracy supplies with the kit. It is gorgeous. And basically, I'm a believer in the 3s, but here I put 4. I didn't want to hide the snippet digital kit from this. So all these bits and pieces are basically hers. And look, just amazing. And I had a lot of fun doing them. So they're the envelopes that belong to the pocket. We made postcards. Again, using simple techniques of layering, you know, whether it's a stamp, whether it's one of the digitals. Look, I try my best when I use someone's digitals for whatever that. I try and remember the artist. Sometimes I do forget. But Tracy done on teachables with this course, how to layer, and I quite enjoyed learning to layer postcards a little bit better. My layering skills are okay, but there's room for improvement. And look, and this is the beauty of junk journaling. I believe that for me, artists, we take away and then bring our own creativity into play. Now, this is a large tag in the folio, so you get walk through the folio and you learn to layer again and use your material and whatnot. I mean, it's so gorgeous. So in here, this folder, you actually tuck in there. So you've got tuck room. I didn't put anything in that because there's so much already in this kit. I thought, oh, I'm just doing too much. You know, like I've added and added and added, and at the end of the day, I've got to pull the plug on some things because I can keep going. Again, you got the other side. Again, using the bug. I love the bug. So I believe all your tags don't need to have ribbon. I'm a great believer in adding a little bit of a little bit of lace or a sewn-in button with a bit of fabric attached. Not everything has to be ribboned off. That's my belief. I really loved this. So I just basically put a word on it, and it really, really, again, that went well. So again, here I did some layers, and I've got little bits and pieces tucked in there because it's like a little pocket. And again, I use some of Tracy's mushrooms. I think that's from one of her kits too. I didn't lay it in there, but it's just so neat. Like, everything is neat. What you get taught and what you learn, you know, from a course, you're going to take something away. And she provided with this beautiful book cover. My only shame in the thing, I did not sew down there. And I'm a sewer, mind you. You know, like I believe in sewing. And that's one thing I forgot to do. But that's okay. The next one will be sewn. And here's the little journal I made with the snippet. Again, I used the kit, I used my fabric, I used lace, and I used a charm. So that's the snippet, and you'll see the lace that I put there. It's all vintage actually. And this is a 2-pocket, because I sewed a little pocket down here, added a little bit of lace, put my bug there. There's a couple of journaling cards and put them in. I think one's a medicine label. Some birds. Birds, bugs, I like it all. And again at the back, I used more of that fabric. Like I used every last scrap of that fabric in that journal. I wasn't wasting none of it. And I really am in love with it. Love the fabric. We get good fabric like this here, but sometimes it's very hard to find. You know, you've got to be lucky and come across it and get it. So anyway, I just thought I'd put a book label in here. This book belongs to whoever. Again, there's another journaling card. Another journaling card. And I love this. This is gorgeous. I love doing these, and I keep forgetting to do them. And it's just a page flipper. Now, normally you would sew it there and take it right around. But what I actually did, I sewed it inside and there and there. And this was my friend Rhonda Tessa. That's the first place I've seen this sort of flipper. And what I like about it, it's a pocket. But you've got a lot of writing space as well. So again, I went with the 3s with a bit of fabric. I think this is one of Tracy's tabs. Again, like I said, no waste with that fabric. So again, no waste with the fabric. I just love it. So, and look at this. I use the Edith Holden page, and I just love the bird there. Again, I've got a journaling card. I've sewn all around that pocket. I honestly had great enjoyment doing this, and I'm going to start another one. Fortunately, last couple of days, I'm still feeling unwell, so I'll take my time and I will do it. Now, look at this with the bug. And here again, I use the fabric to break it with the lace on the pocket. And there's a tag that goes in there. But I love my bugs. I just decorated an envelope. I don't think I did a good job of that. But anyway, I would have normally done better. But again, I need a tag for a minute. I like doing these a lot. And honestly, you would not think this is a journaling spot or tuck spot. But it is. So normally what I do, I don't know if you can see that, but with my paper, I've actually waxed it. And then when I stack it down, it just looks part of the page. So you can actually still write on it, but it's actually waxed. So you see it looks part of the page, and then you've got a tuck. So sometimes, you know, you can just play around and come up with something that works for you. And I find wax paper works for me for hidey spots or for tucks or for just embellishing a page. But it's nice to have a tuck. So I'll leave it there. I'll never forget there. And again, we've got, Tracy provides lots of pockets. Again, I didn't allow that fabric to go to waste. I just love it. Ooh. I have to do a little tutorial on this. I've been meaning to, but I haven't yet. But again, fabric laid. Again, part of that material in the material there, using the snippet. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous teachable. Like I said, I didn't bother breaking that up because I actually really like that. And that's where sometimes I've got to slow myself down and say, oh, I'm not going to keep breaking a page. You know, sometimes it's nice to have a plain page. And there again, you know, I've laid a bit of broadcloth with a bit more of that fabric. Here I actually put a stamp, a little tuck spot there. And this is Tim Holtz paper, and I used a bit of the snippet and some Tracy Box's, one of her ephemera packs. Again, I used one of her phrases. A joy and sadness flowers are our constant friend. I really like that, so I'll put that there. Again, this is a baggie, and you can really load that up if you want to. I laid it with one of her other pieces of ephemera, and the earth laughs in flowers. So I just thought the phrases just went really well on this. And here's a decorated envelope. I made that the center of my signature. I did some broadcloth for the centers. Normally I try to hide them. I normally do them in the reverse so that I don't have bits and pieces hanging down, but I quite like this idea. I've seen it a few times now and decided I was going to do it myself. Again, I've done it in threes, and this is Tracy's. Again, part of Tracy's kit. And like, got really good tuck spots if you want to use them as such. Again there. And like I said, I try to utilize the things I have. And I love this page. A garden to walk in and immensely to dream in. What more could we ask? And look, I love the butterflies. Again, simple techniques of layering. Yeah, admittedly, look how cute everything looks with the, I forget what those little suckers are called. Oops. But anyway, I'm not really good at using this little man, so I'm still learning to use it. I call it little man because like a man it can be difficult. But anyway, yeah, some layering again there using the fabric and a bit of lace, and I sewed in a charm. No, so much fun. So much fun doing this. Again, I've done some layers here. A bit of layering there. And honestly, really, if you want to break a page, get an old, I don't know, I print out stuff from Graphic Fairy, and I do that with them. Use them as a breaking the page, or just even get my punch and punch out some of this stuff. And I took that all the way there. I really liked it. Again, I used that fabric for a pocket. But no, I'd like to thank everyone that does teachables, and thank you, Tracy, for this teachable. It's probably one of the best ones I've enjoyed playing with. And I really love playing with your digitals. So I enjoyed it. How cute is that little bird? House sparrow and oats. I just think it's gorgeous. And thanks to Edith Holden for leaving us such beautiful memories of, you know, her journals, you know, like the diaries. And I've got, I don't know, now I've got 4 books. And two are the collection, and I refuse to cut anything out of them. But again, using various parts of the kit, cutting into it, and here I just cut strips of paper down, and some of it's been embossed and whatnot. Here it says just pick a flower on earth and you move in the furthest star. I don't know about you guys, but I like my flowers in the garden. I don't bring flowers inside. My kids do, but I've never been one. I love enjoying them in the garden, and I believe they last longer out in the garden, so that's me. But yeah, so again, you know, the little charms and using the fabric as a pocket. It was just so much fun to do. Really, really was. And utilising this beautiful fabric from Kelly as well. It was a great teachables. I would encourage anyone to do a teachable. What I found with this teachable too, like if you're an experienced junk journaler, you're going to get something out of it too. It's not, what's the word I'm looking for? Like for me, I got on heaps out of it. And I think I showed you guys, I use these lolly bags. Now this is for the next one that I make. I just to create these baggies. Now these baggies are actually lolly bags. They are not lunch bags, because if you put them in my journal, they will fit snugly in there. So there you go. Yeah, because someone said they're lunch bags. They're actually not. They're actual lolly bags. I should actually give you measurements of these baggies, because I actually enjoy doing them, and I think they go ideal in your pockets. So we're looking at 4.5 by 6.5. Yeah, around that. So again, these baggies, oh, they belong to the journal. Again, I love the bugs. This is the silhouette kit. So I put that in the front of the baggie, and my big journaling card, which measures around, it's 7.5 by, oops, I need to go there, by nearly 5. So actually that would be 4.5. Yeah, so by nearly, well, let's say 4 inches. So I've got quite a heap of these off eBay. They were $2, and I think it was 20 of them. And I just think they're an ideal baggie for a journal, because they do fit your journal properly. Hang on a minute, I've got it going into the wrong bit. So one goes to the back, and this one goes to the front. And again here, I just used Tracy's already layered little tabs for there. So yeah, I enjoyed doing all this stuff, and like I said, my next one will be using the silhouette and a couple of other kits. Again, just decorating with a bit of layers. I've got a round stamp. Now, if you haven't got a round stamp for that, I would suggest just getting, dampen the bottom of your glass in water, and then press it into your ink pad and press it down. Have a bit of practice first. This is a stamped image, and cut it out. Now, I got inspired to do these by Rachel from Roxy's Craft. And look, so much fun. So much fun. Again, material, layers. It's just fun. It's fun to layer and utilize the things you got. Now, the only thing I didn't do with my bugs on this is I didn't sew around them like I did here. Which, what would happen is that will keep fraying and it will be so neat. So next time round, I'll be fraying because I love that frayed look. It's gorgeous. You know, when you go thrifting, collect that unusual lace because it really does have an effective appeal on your tags. So that's the back of the baggies. Now, to create an extra pocket, you can either glue that way or you can actually glue, and then you got that way. But I think that way would be good because you can tuck or you can glue there and you can tuck to the back. Now, with my tabs, I actually got a rubber stamp and I stamped across that. So, and these tags were, a lot of the times my file folders, there's a video how I do it. I just get a cream texture paint that's a little bit, it's an off tan, and I paint them. And I do it in a really, really thin wash. And I just leave them out in the sun to dry. I don't think I've got any left to show you. I've got to do some more at some stage. It just, so here's some, these are washed. And I use these sometimes in my journals as pocket, and then I'll decorate. But that's a wash with gold. So these are just little techniques to use in your journaling. Look, I've taken your time long enough, but I hope I've helped you in some way. Now, broadcloth. This is our broadcloth here. This is the tanny one, and I love the frayness of this. And then we've got the unbleached one. And you can see how it frays. Just rip into it. That's all I do. I rip into my cloths. So I use anything and everything to be more creative. I don't think I've missed anything out. Just seeing. Yeah, so get your file folders and give them a whitewash. Doesn't take you long. Use a big brush. Like I've got big brushes just for that purpose, you know, so that I've always got them on hand. And look, thrift stores have an amazing amount of folders. But anyway, I hope you look at Tracy's Teachables and her kits. This is the silhouette. And the other one is the snippet. So thanks for watching, everybody.